Ted Hughes. Ted Hughes is an English poet and a children's writer. In this poem, he narrates the cunning and savagery of a fox using harsh lines without any sentimentality. Hughes himself pursued a study of anthropology and folklore at Pembroke College, Cambridge. His interest in anthropology is reflected in a number of his poems. The poem Laburnum Top in Hornbill Class 11 is also by Ted Hughes. In Laburnum Top, he talks about a goldfinch. Stanza 1. I sit in the top of a wood, my eyes closed. In action, no falsifying dream, between my hooked head and hooked feet. Or in sleep rehearse, perfect kills and eat. The hawk is the speaker in the poem. It is a dramatic monologue in the voice of a hawk. In stanza 1, the hawk claims that the whole world is in between his hooked head and hooked feet. The hawk indicates himself to embody all creations. Even while sleeping, he perfects the skill of killing and eating. Stanza 2. The convenience of high trees, the air's buoyancy and the sun's rays are of advantage to me, and the earth's face upward for my inspection. In stanza 2, the hawk says that he enjoys a lot of convenient advantages and convenient position. He proudly talks about the advantages, but the position he enjoys is bestowed upon him by nature. Stanza 3. My feet are locked upon the rough bark. It took the whole of creation to produce my feet, my each feather. Now I hold creation in my foot. In stanza 3, we can see the hawk challenging God himself. He flatters himself that it took the whole of creation to produce my foot, my each feather. God has spent all his energy in creating the earth, but the hawk feels they are under his foot now. This reveals the arrogant nature of the hawk. He feels the supreme power has created him with a lot of energy, but now the hawk exercises the supreme power over the entire world. Here, the despotic nature of the hawk is emphasized. Stanza 4. Or fly up and revolve it all slow. I kill where I please because it's all mine. There is no sophistry in my body, my manners are tearing off heads. In stanza 4, the hawk revolves around the tree slowly as a savage person. Whatever he wants, he kills. Wherever he wants, he kills, because he feels the entire world belongs to him. He also claims that there is no sophistication in his actions. He claims that he is not deceptive in nature. Stanza 5. The allotment of death for the one path of my flight is direct. Through the bones of the living, no arguments assert my right. In this stanza 5, the hawk says, no arguments assert my right. Here, he presents his supreme power over other animals, as he says that no arguments will be able to diminish his superior rights. The author uses personification to humanize the hawk. The words, through the bones of the living, strike through the bones of the living, it expresses the brutality of the hawk in killing other animals. There is no debate. It is a fact. Nothing can come in the way of a hawk. The hawk kills without any malice. There is no conspiracy. There is no plan. And he doesn't follow the guidelines of the environment. Stanza 6. The sun is behind me. Nothing has changed since I began. My eye has permitted no change. I am going to keep things like this. Here the author insists on the words. My eye has permitted no change. I am going to keep things like this. In stanza 6, poet sums up the entire poem. He talks about the attitude of the hawk towards life and death. In one sense, it is pure ego, undiluted ego. All a hawk needs is the sun. Right now, the sun is setting. In the minds of the hawk, nothing has changed. Nothing ever will change. As long as the hawk has an eye, the all-seeing eye, it will remain the same. Here, in this poetry, hawk symbolizes the despotic nature of human beings. The hawk's flattery about himself displays a tone of arrogance. The poet criticizes fascism through this poem. The poet says that all despots, supreme rulers, display a great amount of ego in their action. They never change, they remain the same till their death. Nothing can change their arrogance and inhuman nature. The poet says the hawk is a typical example of a fascist. For detailed notes and question and answers, log on to eduguru-notes.blogspot.com. Thank you.